Hello builders, parents, and collectors. On this episode of the Creation Evaluation Station, I will be evaluating this. It is the ultimate Batmobile from the Lego Batman movie. I have the instruction booklet here because I've already have it assembled, and it is out of the box. Now I do still have the box. Before I get into it any further, I want to let the new viewers know that I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, mostly Lego, both new sets and older ones like these. And I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works such as movies, video games, and animation. Now, because these are long, in-depth reviews, they can be on the long side. So make sure you're checking out the description down below or this red bar, which probably goes this way, for the timestamps. You can jump around to your favorite part, or you can come back to it at a later date as bookmarks. I don't mind if you skip the part section. That can be very boring to some, or interesting depending on who you are and what your interests are. So yeah, back to this. There's that. And I do have the box. Ta-da! It's a big box. And because it is a big box, I cut the back out of it. And this is what I actually use to put my sets together at my desk so I don't lose pieces. Walls keep things in. So there's a little inside viewing of my channel, but we'll take a closer look at that box. A lot going on there. This was a huge set. So it is set number 70917, and it is for ages 10 through 16. This was before they used the plus, so nowadays it would be 10 and up. And had 1,456 pieces, and originally retailed for $139.99. I'm not going to give this a price grade, but we will talk about the price after the main evaluation. It was released June of 2017. This was a really big set, as you can see. The box was big, the instruction booklet was big. I was surprised they didn't divide it up into multiple ones. We're going to look at the back of the instructions here at the parts. There they are. And give it a full review. So let's head to the light box and do that. There we have the parts in the back of the instructions. Take a quick look at this. I'm still amazed they get all these on one page. There are tons of parts in here. Hopefully this gives you an idea. You can still check it out. You can always pause it. Of course, you can do that with my regular reviews when I do parts as well. If you want to see something slower, I try to show everything. Yeah, this is all on one full spread, which I am rather shocked about. So that's it. That's all of them. This set had a total of 8 minifigures, and I got half of them here, the bad guys. And this whole wave had such amazing figures in it, this set included. We've got Polka Dot Man, we've got the Wicked Witch of the West, and her 2 flying monkey henchmen. They're just called Flying Monkey and the thing, but they're henchmen if you know the story of Wizard of Oz. And yeah, these are all great looking. We're going to strip them down and take a closer look at some of the details. Yeah, Polka Dot Man's got his polka dots, which has a appropriate broom to ride on, and her hat. Now, she's got a cape, and the capes are all weird in this set. We'll look at the other ones too, but totally different materials, all of them. Hers is a stiffer cape, And then we have our two monkeys here, flying monkeys, and they are essentially the same, except they have different prints for their faces, which is nice to have a little bit of, you know, so they're not exact copies of one another. Their wings are pieces we've seen before, I think in Chimera's when they first came out, and they have a clear kind of backpack piece that goes over the neck piece that attaches the wings onto the body. So it's a nice piece there, and of course it's got a tail piece underneath. So let's strip them down a moment and check them out. Without the gear off, we can see some details a lot better here. Starting with the polka dot guy, I mean, he's got kind of a simple costume just with polka dots all over it, so that makes sense for him. Kind of a goofy looking face. But the witch here has got a really nice printing for her costume, including the legs there. And I only stripped down one of the monkeys just so you can have a comparison to the other one with its gear all on. Some nice printing there on the chest, got printing on the legs, and yes, these guys have special legs. I didn't mention that earlier. They're not unique to this set. I think they probably came out, well, I'm not even really sure, but they're used for kind of more anamorphic animal figures, probably for like a fawn or something. Now turning them around to the back, there is some back printing on the monkeys, although they really don't need it. Oh, and there's arm printing as well, as you can see there. There's a little bit of back printing, although you really don't need it, considering once they have that backpack on, you really can't see hardly anything over here. But yeah, they do have some back printing. And there is the Wicked Witch with her continuing that nice printing along the back. Now, she doesn't have a second face, probably because you probably would be able to see it from the back. Although I don't know, with that brimmed hat, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, Polka Dot Man here has a second nice scaredy second face there as well. So that's those. We'll move on to our Bat figures next. Here are our heroes for the set. Our Bat gang here. Got Batman, of course. Masks on crooked. And this is Alfred Pennyworth in a bat suit. Very clever bat suit at that. It's very 1920s style costume with a little placed on face mask and stuff like that. And we have Robin over here, and we have Batgirl. Right, that's Batgirl, not Batwoman. Yeah, that would be Batgirl. Batwoman's somebody else. So they all look pretty snazzy. Yeah, once again, Pennyworth here is my favorite. Alfred is my favorite figure out of all these. I mean, these are fairly unique, similar. We've seen most of these characters in here before, except for Alfred here in his bat suit. He's got his little pocket watch there and everything. I really like the design of that. It's very classy. Now, looking back here to the back, we can see all their capes. We're going to take everything off so we can see the details a lot better. But I wanted to look at these capes because the capes are all over the place. I mean, you got two black ones here for Batman and Alfred, but they are made out of different material. They're softer material, but they don't even quite look like the same shade. And then you've got Batgirl and Robin over here, and they're made out of a much stiffer material, but they also don't seem to be the same. You know, they're almost the same color. Batgirl's looks a little lighter than Robin's, and one's got a little bit more texture, and I think is a little bit stiffer than the other, but they're both pretty stiff. And as I said, we also had the witch here with her cape, and that's made out of a stiffer material. Even though it's black, it's not the same stuff as the Batman or Alfred here. It's very, very peculiar. So let's take off their gear so we can take a closer look at these their prints. Got them all stripped down so we can see their details a lot better. A lot of these figures we've seen before, or we'll be seeing a lot of when we do the Batman one. I mean, the Batman himself, that suit doesn't look anything too special. Of course, Alfred here's got that nice classy look. Robin looks pretty familiar. Now he's got dual molding here on his legs, and some arm printing. I'm pretty sure that's not dual molded. For one, that green on his arm is ever so slightly off compared to the rest of the green on his costume. It's kind of funny. You take his headpiece off, or his hairpiece off without the glasses, and he's basically got regular Lego guy people arms. Those glasses definitely change his look up. And we have Batgirl here. She looks pretty good. Now this is, her face is, the skin color is printed onto that purple piece that is her head, and I guess it looks okay. I'm guessing the purple might be affecting the color a little bit, making it even more darker than it already is. But you know what? They can get away with this figure because there's no other flesh tone on her to compare it with. You'd have to get one of the other characters where she isn't wearing her costume and compare it, but they can get away with it, so can't judge that on this one. She's got dual molding on the legs again here, yellow and purple for those boots, and I really like how they designed her costume, give her womanly curves. The impression of them, anyways, there with the way that the costume is designed on there, it's pretty smart. Now looking to the back, almost everybody has two faces, including Batgirl here, and she's once again got that nice printing that also complements her girly figure. You can see the dual molding a lot better there on the back where they did it. Robin, the printing on the back of Robin, it's okay. Continues on from the front. There is a little bit here on Alfred, but he doesn't have a very fancy costume. And then Batman's got his ripped shoulders and muscles showing through his costume. Whether they're real or not, it's another story. But and then his nicer face. And Alfred doesn't have a second face because he's got that like cap type hat that he's wearing that would show off a second face and look weird. So that's our heroes. Like I said, most of these figures we're going to see a lot of from the other different sets. Alfred here is probably the biggest exception. We've got everything here from this set, including the Dot guy here. Just got kind of cut off there, and everything's assembled here. And we've already covered the figures. Some of the figures are in their vehicles, so we're gonna leave them alone. I did want to point out though, Polka Dot Man's flying disc thingy. It's a piece I haven't seen too much of, and definitely it's nicely printed. Before I get to the main build here, I wanted to talk about this little side build that's more awesome than it appears. I mean, it's a bat signal, giant light, which is kind of cool. It's got a light brick in it. See it light up there. But this is what really makes it great. We can turn down the lights here. And I'll shine it here on the back wall. I don't know if that'll pick up, but you see that? Yes, it is legitly the bat signal. Is that awesome or what? This is one really fun little accessory. Turn the lights back on. That's really cool. I mean, they could have just made a light. They didn't even have to put a light brick in it and be like, cool, hey, look, it's the bat light, the bat light, bat symbol. Or they could have put just a light in it and just had it bright up. But no, they literally have the bat symbol on the glass so it shows when you go through the light. That's pretty cool. That's just the side build. Onto the main build. This is the ultimate Batmobile. And that's for good reason it's called that. Let's just check this out. It rolls really well. Now, it rolls well so you can roll across the floor. But it does have like 8 wheels. So the steering on this is pretty bad. We have a lot going on here. Just for starters, here at the front of the Batmobile, we got these right here are stud shooters. So we got 4 stud shooters going across the front of the vehicle, which is awesome. We have the cockpit here, Batman in it, of course, and you can see down in there, Robin is behind him. Now, how do you get him out? Well, we'll find that out here shortly, because this is an ultimate Batmobile for a reason, because it's not just a Batmobile. It's also and it fits in nice and tight, but it's also the Bat Jet. Look at that. And we got Batgirl in here. Now this is the only seat that doesn't have any studs to hold them down in, although the cockpit and stuff fits pretty good. We've got folding wings here. They can change the pitch of. And then underneath here, right there, is a bolt shooter. And it can be triggered back here. You can see the orange tail of it there. There's that one, and there's one on the other side. So, yeah, we got some firepower. We got a flight. Pretty cool. Now, it's not like the big Bat Jet, but it's still a Bat Jet. But wait, there is far more. So first, you get your fingernail under here, because this is attached. Up here, you pop this off. Then you fold it back, make sure it's down like that. Then grab the back half, and voila, it separates. And now, we have our very own Bat Tank. And these are just thrusters that you fold up like so. And then you bring up the lights here so you can see what he's doing. And you got Alfred in there. And on top of that, we got some Gatling stud shooters here to shoot off. I did say it was a tank. Looks like a tank. So, yeah, we got that. Now, that's not all. We've got a plane. We got a tank. We got one more thing here. Take the Batmobile. Bolt this up, and then we got this that'll pop off. And look, it's a Robin's here on his hover car that's actually can fold up here, and he's got a motorcycle to zoom around in. So yes, we have a Bat car, a Bat plane, a Bat tank, and a Bat bike. This thing is the ultimate Batmobile. So yeah, there's a lot of cool little gimmicks in this. See if can show you quick. Put everything back in. This has a little peg here. Goes all the way in there. You'll see a hole right there. So that goes in there. And that holds them in there. And these little dingies just popped off here. No big deal. I'll put them back on later. I fold these down. Fold his guns down. That back up. That up. Turn it around here. Oh, you can see the much smaller vehicle is a little easier to handle. And click those two clips back together. Open this up and make sure it's connected on these studs right here. And you want to fold these two pieces out like this. And that's ready to go. Oh, and by the way, I was doing the figures. I'm like, where are their accessories? That's because all their accessories are inside there. There's katanas, there's batarangs, all the good stuff's right in there, which will then be covered by. Sure, these are opened up, and you should just straighten out the wings a little bit so they're not bumping into everything else. And that gets laid down right in there. Wings fold up. Once again, the ultimate Batmobile is back together again. So yeah, this is a massive, awesome vehicle. Talk more about it at the desk when I give it a final eval, give it my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and do that. So first, my final thoughts. This set is amazing. They even made a side build that was just awesome. So far, what ones I've put together of this and the regular Lego movie, I've had a lot of fun, and they've been really great sets overall. I did want to say one thing about this is it's hard to find good places to put your hands, because there are some things that'll get knocked off fairly easy. Little gun turrets and stuff like that here. The best way I could figure is you put one. There's a nice handhold right here, and the grooves here on the side, and a hand underneath the back. And you can carry it around that way. Individually, it's a little bit harder, and sometimes when you're transforming things, you've got to hold things in different areas, and little things get knocked off. So that's a little downer, but overall, this is an amazing set. So, moving on to our final evaluation. As far as appearance goes, this is getting a 10. Really cool, and even the vehicles that break off, although some of them aren't super amazing, like that motorcycle, but they function as a motorcycle fairly well, and even the tank thing looks kind of interesting vehicle. Everything looks really great, and even the nice little design for the bat signal here works good and looks good. The characters all look really good. There's, all the figures look awesome. So yeah, easily got a 10. Now, as far as function, wow, you got a lot going on here. You got all the different various parts that come off and divide up into different vehicles. You've got a light action that works here and flash you with an actual bat signal that works. That's so awesome. So function easily, you got a 10 with this. Now moving on to fun. Your kids are gonna have fun with this, even if it's a really long vehicle and it's hard to steer or whatever. You wouldn't be able to drive around corners. It does roll really good. You want it to roll into the scene, you can. But they're going to have fun transforming this back and forth, playing with the individual things. And the thing is, if you got two kids, they might have problems building it together, but when it gets done, they got plenty to play with for two people here, two kids, to play with, more than two kids. I mean, you've got 4 vehicles actually here. And As far as balance, you have 4 bad guys here. So you got 4 and 4 even that way. Bad guys don't have any vehicles or anything, but you consider these break off into smaller vehicles and stuff like that. I think it evens out. Plus, like I said, they're going to have a lot of fun just playing with this vehicle, with transforming it, combining it back and forth into different pieces. And on top of that, the build was really cool. Which we'll talk more about that. But yeah, it was fun to put together, and you can see it come together. You put each vehicle together separately. There might be a couple steps for each one. I don't remember now. But yeah, that was really fun. And all the little surprises in here. And I forgot, probably when I even did my review, I forgot there were some hidden gun turrets on the side that fold out and stuff like that. There's a lot going on with this set. On top of the transformation, I mean, just about everything has some kind of firing mechanism. I don't think the motorcycle does, but everything else does. There's a lot going on here. So, yeah, fun, easily got a 10. Moving on to techniques. There's a lot here. As I said, it was a fun build. There's a lot of neat things. There's a lot of things that they did to get all the curves in the Batmobile. I mean, more so the front of the Batmobile than the back. But it's there as well to get some of the different designs for the jet mode and how the motorcycle underneath it. There's so much good stuff here. And technique easily got a 10, hands down. So that brings our overall average score and actual final eval score, because we're not really giving this a price score, a 10. This is a 10. I'm just gonna say it. Said there is a little bit of problems with like knocking pieces off, because where do you put your hands? It's so big, and where do you hold things so they don't come apart? Yeah. Other than that, this is a great set. And also, although kind of as a side note, we recently had that Blacktron set that came out, the retro Blacktron set that came out. If you have this and some of the other Batman sets, you could easily make your own other Blacktron spaceships and things like that. You wanted to add to your fleet, but that's if you want to sacrifice this awesome vehicle as well. Which this is awesome. I mean, it's one vehicle that turns into a small fleet. That's pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think down below. Oh, I do want to talk about price. That's right. I'm not giving it a price grade, but we are going to talk about it. It was $139.99, which is on the pricey side. This is a larger set, and at 1,456 pieces. You do the math, you end up at 9 cents per piece. So the price for part count is good, and there's a good, it's not all little tiny pieces either. And you even have expensive stuff. I mean, you got electronics here. That's really good. So yeah, it's a really good price, even if it is on the pricier side overall. You get bang for your buck, and like I said, there's a lot of fun here. It looks awesome. It's fun to play with. So I'm not going to give it an official. I think you can figure it out, though. I'd probably give it a good rating. Not an excellent, but definitely a good Let me know what you guys think about this awesome set down there. Maybe you don't think it's awesome. That's fine too. But if you enjoyed the video, whether you think it's awesome set or not, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit the sub and notification bell as well. But also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I have links down in the description that you can click on there and follow me on those social media sites as well, because YouTube can be on the slower side getting videos out, and I post notifications as soon as I get things out on those sites. There's also a Patreon down there as well you can check out. Not much there. Every little bit helps, and even if you don't donate, just watching this video and, you know, hitting the like button, doing all those lovely YouTube things, they help me out as well. So I appreciate all of that stuff that you do. And I believe that's it. So it's Edwin signing out here at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.